Good morning, everyone. As you know, I typically do not video my training scenarios, but in this case, these two guys offered it up. I mentioned, would you guys like to do a video, like just some footage? And again, I didn't really set out to make a video, but I did end up recording like their first, second flight attempts. This is after several days in the school, learning to ground handle, learning to do their toes and things like that. And this was just the motor flying. And I ended up getting some footage of their first launches and landings, like maybe their first 1, 2, 3, something like that. I've not even looked through the entire footage yet. I've got it right here on the computer. I realized when I got to it that those guys were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. This is Brendan and Brian, and we're gonna watch these guys do their first flights. Check it out.
All right, Brian, you're on camera. I'm videoing you.
But again, we always want to be on our game when we're low. That's where the worst things happen, is near the ground. I don't mind if you fly low into the wind, but just do be on your game. We got a really good zoom on this camera. You ain't got to get close like a GoPro or anything.
Yeah.
Everything just got shaded. Look, it just got straightened back up out of the south. So that was just a mild thermal coming loose. The best one ever. Nice. What'd you think about it?
I think cool, man. At first it was kind of bumpy up there.
Yeah, well, as everything's shaded, I guess you noticed it slicked out a little bit. Yeah, for sure. You'll take a break or do another one immediately, or you still got as much fuel as you started with? You tell me, man.
Yeah, I'll take it up again.
All right. Got to negotiate when picking a unit for yourself. But if I were a man your size, I would own an Atom 80 so fast that it wouldn't even be an afterthought. Knowing what I know now. Yeah, just barely giving it any gas. It looks like you're descending ever so slightly. Maybe 100 feet a minute down, what I'm seeing right now. Could be perspective as well, because you are moving away from me. Now remember, you're downwind, so I wouldn't get any lower than that on downwind, but now that you're turning into the wind, you can actually come down a little bit if you'd like. Remember, you can turn it into a landing at any point by coming into the wind, so you can get lower. But downwind, you want to be able to make that turn. So my rule of thumb is to have at least 180 degrees of turning altitude if I'm going downwind. And a lot of that has to do with the wind strength as well. Good approach, man. Nice and solid, stable, coming straight into the field. You can either make this a practice one or a real one, whatever you want to do. All right, well, we're gonna video it then, make it look good. Wind socks look good. All right, looks like you shaved the heel. Very nice, very nice. Good stuff. His ride is not tangled either. That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good. You did well. Very well. Well above average. Great. That takeoff was just near textbook perfect. Your landings were great. Yeah. Flying was good. Nothing about it I can knock you any points for. Just you need a little experience and time, and when you get your own gear, you're gonna really learn it quick. Yeah. And there's just not much to it. Have it set up correctly. Everything we've learned, there's no doubt in my mind you can do on your own at this point. So build some hours. Yeah. Kylo School of Paramotor Prodigy right here. Yeah, everybody every now and then tries to jump in the seat a little early. He's going to give that another try, and he does excellent. And he also does excellent on every launch he did after this, which turned into several. So way to go, Brendan. Everybody has a fumble every now and then. All was well, no injuries, no damage. Congratulations on your first flight. around the controls. You just went through some...
Now, before we watch this, I just want to explain what's going on. It was getting later in the mornings. The thermals were picking up. I gave him the instruction, let's come into land. If you look at what happens, he's going to level out. That's because he's in a thermal. He gets dumped right at the end and has to really bury his brakes to keep from hitting the ground real hard. And he does. He does hit the ground, but it's just kisses it. It was pretty good, actually. Not his fault at all.
Level out. All right, you want that speed. Don't overpull the brakes until you're right now. Oh, you hit some sink right at landing. That wasn't your fault. That was Brandon's fault. What's up, everybody? I haven't vlogged in a while. I got this student Brandon back behind me doing his second landing ever, and we're gonna video this stuff.
Wrong.
For the masses, I've got complete confidence in him. He's been on his game really well this whole time. And we're gonna see that the approach looks pretty high. He's probably gonna go around and do us another one and put it in just a little bit lower this next time. Good job, Brandon. I like it. I like it when they make good decisions. So helpful as an instructor to have good students.
Yeah, so I totally botched this. I killed the camera right at the moment that he touched down. It was actually a good landing, so
Looks
sorry
good,
about that.
Man. Looks good. You've got good terrain. Tell me what you think about it.
It's awesome. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever done.
That's what I say every time.
People just don't get it, but they should.
They think we're crazy.
Screw them.
You'll be told that over and over for the rest of your life by random people that see you doing this.
It's more space for us.
You need to accept this, sir.
I'm cool with it.
Heck yeah, man. Dude knows what he's doing. Shooter, tell me, how do you feel?
Tired.
Worked out good?
Yeah, the wind is your friend.
Wind's your friend. He just did his first Neil wind launch. It was tough. It was tough.
Beer time.
Yeah. So this is probably the next day or so after the last installment. We brought the school over here to Gillum, Louisiana. I got Mr. Adam here. He's a local student learning his basics. God's gonna have mad skills when he's graduated. I've got the two students from Friday, Saturday. This is a week later. This is Friday. They're both flying around my motors. I got one guy on my Maverick and one guy on the Adam 80. And they're like doing rock star stuff, man. Launching, landing on their own, making the proper decisions. I got them both in sight. They're just wandering around this river valley out here. Nothing but good landing options everywhere. In the meantime, we're doing some ground handling training. He's showing me his stuff out here in the nasty, hot Louisiana sunshine. But that's okay. It'd be worth it in the end. Won't it, Adam?
Oh yeah, it's hot, but it's worth it.
All right, guys, we're gonna get back to work.
So great job, Brian and Brendan. You guys rock stars, man. You guys are gonna do well in this sport. You showed great improvement over the last few days that y'all were just flying around. This is the end of the video. Much love, guys. Kyle out.